guys, Lencac here. Keep you guess where I'm at. Yep, that's where we're at, right there. Out here at the range. And we're gonna do a little shooting. I'm out here at 200 yards. Got myself a little target set up out here. See if I can't bang it a little bit today. But there's a shot of the Rogue Valley. Gonna be hotter than blazes today, somewhere around 100 degrees. So got out here early before it gets too hot. But at any rate, gotta get my stuff set up, and we're gonna do some shooting. Well, here's what we're looking at working with today. My Steyr Match Rifle. It's a beautiful thing, huh? Any of you familiar with my channel, you probably have already seen this, but this is one of my faves. It's a very rare rifle, and not only that, but I have all the original accessories, paperwork, everything with it. So it's probably a fairly valuable rifle. Hard to tell because there's no information about these things really anywhere. But anyway, that's what we're working with today. I'm going to work over the Steyr Match Rifle a little bit today. I loaded up some a few different types of rounds for it with some variables. I'm kind of curious to see how it affects accuracy and velocities. I got my chronograph set up. And it's early in the morning. It's going to be hotter than shit out today. I'm out here as early as I can get out here before it gets too hot. But at any rate, I'll tell you what loads I'm working on as I get to them. And I got to run my camera down range, my other camera. And so let me do that, and I'll be back, and we'll get to start doing some shooting here. First thing I want to start out with is I just want to run a few rounds through it to get it fouled a little bit. And I got some stragglers here from some previous shootings. So what I'm going to start with here is these are Sierra 200 grain Match Kings, and I tried 200 grain Match Kings out of this. This is chambered in 7.5 by 5.5 Swiss, and I was never sure if the barrel twist on it was enough to stabilize a 200 grain bullet. But if I remember right from the last time I shot these, I think it did okay. But according to my records here, this is a 200 grain Sierra Match King on top of 43 grains of IMR 4320, and these things are seeded 15, 20, 25 thousandths off the lands. And so let's get this party started with that. So let's give her a whirl here and see we go. My chronograph is on. And I think I'm going to have to take my glasses off, guys, because it's hot out here already, and it's steaming up my glasses. And you know, that dog just don't hunt. I'm going to shoot at the. I'm going to warm this thing up by shooting at the two red dots, between the two red dots at the underneath the center target. You know, I suppose it would be good if I put my hearing protection on, eh? Oh, eh? 2480. Alright, that's better. It was loud, but didn't ring my bell or anything. Wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be. Let's take a look and see if we can see where that went. Looks like we have a round just above the left-hand red dot. So let's see. It's probably. I mean, if it's going to stay in that area, I'm not going to adjust it. But let me try another one. I'll probably take 3 shots to get this thing fouled a little bit before I try some of my loads that I wanted to test. Oh yeah. Much easier on the ears. 24.79. Let's take a look and see where that one went. Alright. 24.69, they're pretty consistent. Alright, that is, maybe 1 o'clock in the left red dot. I'm going to take one more because it's what I had. I only had four of those loads left. So that ought to get the thing fouled up and that sort of thing enough. All right. Take a look. 24.72. They're consistent. Well, I think that one basically is just slightly off of my very first shot. It might be intersecting with the first shot I took. So, I don't know, it actually seemed to shoot those 200 grainers pretty well. I may be tempted to run some of the new Sierra Burger Lookalike low drag 200 grainers out of it. I didn't load any of those up at this point. Here's my first 4 shots with 200 grainers. Not too bad. So, what I have today, I have 20 rounds here, and I got some other ones over here too. But I loaded these first, so I'll shoot them first. But what I've done is I have taken the liberty of weighing each bullet, trying to eliminate any variables I can. So these are Hornady 168 grain match bullets, but each bullet is between 168.5 and 168.6 grains. So let's see how that goes. I have them loaded in 43, 44, 45, and 46 grain configurations, and so I'm going to shoot 5 of the 43 grain loads first. Let's go at the left, between the 2 red dots on the left side. Seems like a pretty gentle load. 25.19. So comparatively speaking to the 200 grainers, they're not a whole lot faster. Would appear we're hitting the lower red dot, maybe 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock on that dot. All right, let's... I've got these bullets indexed. Once again, I'm trying to see if I can eliminate as many variables as I can. And when I say indexed, I have them indexed for run out, and I marked them so that I can put all the run out theoretically in the same clocking. Take a look. 25, 26, pretty consistent also. It's kind of hard to tell, but I think I almost hold my first shot. $25.11. Needless to say, this has an exquisite trigger on it. Just a tiny little short first stage, and then bam, it's there. 25.03. That's pretty much right there too. It's stringing them just a little bit, but I mean, that very well could be me. All right, that's 5. Oh yeah, barrel's warming up. 25.41. Not too bad. I did hold up a little bit on. That's where it went, because it looked to me like I was coming down a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head down range and reset my camera and take a look at the target. So I will be back momentarily. These are some of the loads I wanted to try. These are the Hornady 168 grain match rounds. That one, my last shot, I kind of did hold a little high on it, and that's where it went. Because I saw they were getting down here. I'm trying to get them right in here, which it did pretty well. So anyways, that's a pretty good warm-up group right there, I'd say. All right, guys, you saw my first group of my test loads I wanted to try, and so now same load, just 1 grain more powder, 44 grains of IMR 4320. I've always found 4320 and 4350 IMR, they're pretty good powders for just a whole lot of different cartridges. But let me I'm gonna do what I did last time. I'm gonna load all 5 of these in the mag, so I don't have to continually fiddle with getting them. Like I say, I've indexed these. For bullet run out, used an indexing tool that I have to do that when I put them together. And in all honesty, what I find is bullet run out is generally caused by an imperfection in the shoulder and the neck. I think that's where your imperfection is at, from my experience of checking that. The press screws them in there. Of course, I do take, when I press them into the case, I take quite a bit of care to make sure that the bullet is fully seated initially into the case before I just ram it home. And I don't ram it home, I inch them into the case until they get all the way seated. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want that bullet to start into the case in a little bit of an awkward angle, because it'll stretch the neck of the case out unevenly, and that's pretty much the last thing you want, I think. All right, let's see if this increases our velocity by any appreciable amount. One more grain of IMR 4320. Let's try the 2 red dots on the right side. $25.07. Going by that, doesn't look like it changed it any. Of course, going by that, it's right there, just a tiny, tiny bit to the left. I think I'm going to give it 1 click of right windage. What do you think? Let's try that. I hope it doesn't mess things up, but I gave it 1 click because that's about all there is to needed to move it, I hope. Looks good, not flattening the primers or anything. Looks good. 25.72. Well, that did move it over to the right. A little more than I would have thought, but I can't remember what these are. They're probably, this is a loopholed Vari-X2, target reticle and turrets. So it moved it, but I would imagine they'd be like 1/4 inch clicks. Let's try it again. Some of that might have been me. $25.68. Other than that first round so far, it looks like it might have moved it up maybe 50 foot a second. Well, that's in the upper red dot, so that's not too bad. $25.77. That's right in the old red dot also. Cool. All right, one more for this string. $25.84. Yeah, that's pretty much right there, just off the red dot. Let's go down range and take a look at that. Well, there you go. That's 5 more Hornady 168 grain match. And so we got 4 there, 1 there. That's not too bad. That's a pretty good group right there, guys. It's under an MOA anyways. I'd give it 3/4 MOA. Alright guys, that wasn't too bad. That one shot pretty good group. And so this, once again, is same load. This is just 45 grains of it. So We bumped her up one more grain of IMR 4320. So let's get them loaded in. One without a mark on it for indexing. That means that it was less than 1/1000th of an inch run out. Most of these, the Swiss, I tell you what, these cartridges I think inherently have very little run out because of the shoulder and the neck, which I think is where most of the imperfections come from as far as run out goes. So let's give 5 of these a try. And here we go. Let's see, I think, let's shoot the the 2 red dots on the top. Looks good. 2654. That was a bit of a step up. I think that one went way high. I don't know why. I'm going to move it down to the center bullseye. I hope I didn't hit my stand, my PVC pipe. I might have. $26.38. That apparently, that change in powder from 44 to 45 grains is some kind of a break point, because velocities went up a bit and the bullet elevation went up too. Interesting. That's just a little to the right, pretty much at the top of the, just above the bullseye. $26.67. $26.65. $26.38 again. That bullet speeded up quite a bit from the 44 to 45 grain, but it shot a damn good group. The elevation came up too, so there must be some kind of a break point there where the rifle, it just, I don't know whether it goes over the apex of it or something, so to speak. Anyways, let's go down range and take a look. Okay, you see that first shot? Because it went high, that load went high. It gave my PVC pipe a little bit of a trim job there. But if you look at it, compare it to here, that's right in there. But there's 3 there, 1 a little off. Not too bad. That not too bad a load. I think I might be starting to take some shots at 200. Let's see if we can make this thing work at 200. All right, guys, I I got my camera set up down there at 200 yards now, and I want to take some shots there. I had to kind of readjust all my stuff. I wanted to still get some chronograph readings, so I had to kind of move my, readjust stuff, you know what I mean, readjust your junk. And as a continuation of the last string, this is the same Hornady 165.5 to .6 match bullets with one more grain of powder, 46 grains of powder in this one here. You saw the 44 to 45 difference. It made quite a bit of difference in velocity and also in elevation. I'm assuming that adding another grain isn't going to make it go lower, so I'm not going to make any adjustments at 200. I mean, obviously the extra 100 yards should provide us with some droppage of the bullet. So let's give that a try. No marking on the bullet is good. That means, once again, that means that the indexing really basically had no run out. So, alright guys, wish me luck. Chronograph is on. Let's take some shots at 200 and see how it goes. I got an 8-inch black shoot and see out there. And no, that's not a racial comment. It went all the way down there. I saw the dirt fly. $27.54. That's a bit of an increase. I'm not sure, but I think that's just right above the orange bullseye. Not positive. $26.94. I think that's right there too. That might be pretty good. This rifle originally was made for 300-meter, I believe, offhand shooting, maybe prone, using diopter sights. So I guess my 18 power loophole scope is maybe cheating a little bit. But I can't see, I'm blind, so I need the crutch of a scope. $27.11. If I didn't know better, I'd say that's right. I'd say that's right there. That was $27.11. $7.11. Oh, Habib! This Steyr has a extremely tight chamber. And on my, just a little bit of information. Loading for a K31, by comparison, is a sloppy chamber. And so, if you're going to load for a K31 75x55 Swiss, you need to use K31 dies. For this, I use RCBS competition dies. But still, the chamber is tight, and unless I take and really shove that case up in there, I mean, I can tell when that bolt comes down, that whole thing locks up tight. $27.03. 2707, they're consistent. Well, it looks like I went a little bit high on that one. $26.03.